Hello kids, welcome to ICSE Chemistry Hub. If you are worried about your chemistry board paper, then you have come to the correct place because here you will be getting a detailed explanation of each and every chapter. So please do like, share and kindly do subscribe our channel. So children, we had already done the ICSE 2026 Chemistry Specimen paper. If you have a doubt in this, you can refer to part 1 of this video. Now this time, we will be dealing with the last 10 years of chemistry question paper and where metallurgy questions were asked. So without any further delay, let's start. The first question is, define ores. Okay, so ores are naturally occurring minerals. Okay, that means in my ore, I will have my minerals, which is a compound of a metal. Now, from which the metal can be taken out, okay, from which the metal can be extracted. How can it be extracted? In two ways, profitably and easily, okay. So, put the definition together. Ores are naturally occurring minerals from which the metal can be extracted profitably as well as easily. Second question. Concentrated alkali is used for the concentration of bauxite ore. So, we are using concentrated alkali, that is nothing but NaOH. Okay. Now, the specialty about bauxite ore. What is bauxite, children? We know it is Al2O3 dot 2H2O. Okay. Now, the specialty about aluminium is an amphoteric metal. What's the meaning of the word amphoteric, children? Amphoteric means it has got a dual characteristic. What's the meaning of the word dual, children, here? Just like an amphibian which can stay in land as well as water. Here, aluminium, if added into an alkali, starts acting like an acid. Am I clear? And if I put it into an acid, it starts acting like a base. So always remember, alkali plus acid is going to give me salt plus water. Am I clear? So please remember, what's the first point you have to write? Aluminium is amphoteric in nature. That means if added into a base, it starts acting like an acid. If I put it into an acid, it starts acting like a base. Am I clear? And we know alkali plus acid is going to give you salt plus water. The second point that you have to write here is, the salt formed here is sodium aluminate. And what is the speciality about sodium aluminate, children? It is soluble in nature. That means it will be collected as a filtrate. Clear? Whereas my impurities will be insoluble in nature. Am I clear? So by this method, I have separated my aluminium metal as well as I have separated as many impurities as possible. So what are the 2 points you have to remember here, children? Why am I using concentrated alkali? Because I know bauxite is hydrated aluminium oxide. Aluminium is an amphoteric metal. That means it shows a dual character. If added into an acid, it can act as a base. If I add it into a base, it starts acting like an acid. Clear? Second point, we know when an acid reacts with a base, we are getting a salt, which is a salt form here. We will get sodium aluminate plus we will get water here. So, sodium aluminate is soluble in nature. Am I clear? It will be collected as the filtrate, whereas my impurities are insoluble in nature. Second question, fused alumina is reduced to aluminium by electrolysis. So, alumina is reduced. What is the meaning of the word reduce? I am removing oxygen from it to make it into aluminium. Okay. So the question is, why do I only prefer the method of electrolysis? You just have to write here, aluminium has strong affinity with oxygen. It has strong love. It has a strong bond with which element? With oxygen. Am I clear? So that is the reason why I am choosing the highest method of separation. Which is the highest method of separation, children? It is nothing but electrolysis. Next, State any one use of the given alloy, magnesium and duralium. Both are aluminium alloys. Clear? So now one of the speciality that you have to remember of aluminium is it is very, very light in weight. So it is mainly used, both the alloys are used in making aircraft parts. Clear? So it is used in making aircraft parts as it is light in weight, and it is also used in making lighter tools. Clear? So wherever you see the lighter, can you see this word itself is meaning aluminium, allium, magnesium, duralium. That means these are the alloys of aluminium. And what is the speciality about aluminium, children? Aluminium is a lightweight metal. So it is used in making aircrafts or any part of the aeroplane that is light in weight. Next question. Identify the term used for the following. The process used to purify alumina by electrolysis. So whenever you hear alumina and electrolysis together, what is the name of the process, children? It is called as hall-heroult process. What is the name of the process, children? It's called as a hall-heroult process. It is named after the scientist. Moving on to the next question. Select the right answer from the brackets. In the electrolysis of fused alumina, the anode, what is the meaning of the word anode, children? The positive electrode is made up of gas carbon. Am I clear? So here you have to mention that the anode as well as the cathode both are made up of gas carbon. Okay? And the product that is formed at the cathode. Please remember, at the cathode, what will be deposited? Always my metal will be deposited. So oxygen is a non-metal, it cannot be deposited. So which is the metal that is deposited at the cathode, children? It will be my metal. Now which is the metal here? It is aluminium. Next question. Give one word for the following statement. The compounds of various metal. It is a compound of a metal which is found in nature along with the earthly impurities. The answer here is mineral. Clear? So mineral is a compound of a metal that is found in nature along with the earthly impurities. Clear? Again, the very same question. A homogeneous mixture which is having two or more metals into it, or it is having a metal and a non-metal together. The answer is alloys. Clear? So alloy is a mixture of either two or more metals, or it is having a metal and a non-metal in a specific ratio. So sulfide ore is added to a tank containing oil and water. This method is called as froth flotation method. Am I clear? So when can I do froth flotation method, children? My ore should be hydrophobic. Clear? What is the meaning of the word hydrophobic? It should fear water. Clear? And my impurity should be hydrophilic. Is this clear? So the first point that you should write is the ore should be hydrophobic. It should fear water, and my impurity should be hydrophilic. So my ore will go with the oil, and my impurity that is there, it will go inside the water. Clear? So only then I can do this froth flotation method. So please do remember this. My ore will be collected with the oil and it will come out as a froth, whereas my impurity will be collected in water. Clear? Next question. Give one word or a phrase for this treatment. The substance prepared by adding other metal. Can you see here, children, how many times this question is asked? The substance prepared by adding other metals to a base metal in appropriate proportions to obtain a desirable property. The answer here is alloys. Next question. An alloy that is used to make statues. Many times this is asked. You have to remember the alloy that is used here is bronze. Okay, so please do remember bronze is used for making statues. It is used for making medals, and it is also used for making coins. So wherever you see statues, medals and coins, please do remember the alloy used is bronze. Next part. Bayer's process. This is a very, very important question for concentrating or purifying the bauxite ore. So for this you have to remember, this happens in 3 steps. What is bauxite, children? Bauxite is Al2O3.2H2O. It's called as hydrated aluminium oxide. Okay, so we will do step number 1. We are using the chemical method. What is the chemical method, children? We are adding a chemical. But which chemical are we adding? We are adding concentrated NaOH. Clear? So, I am heating it at 150 degree Celsius. Am I clear? The temperature can be anywhere between 150 to 200 degree Celsius. So, you have to remember, whenever I am adding a base, this will start acting like an acid. And we know acid plus base is going to give me salt. It is going to give me salt plus water. So it is going to give me NaAlO2 plus it is going to give me water. Am I clear? So this is step number 1, where I have added bauxite into NaOH at a temperature of 150 to 200 degree Celsius. So this sodium meta-aluminate is soluble. It will be collected as the filtrate. Am I clear? It will be collected as a filtrate, whereas my impurities, what will happen to my impurities, children? My impurities will be insoluble. They will not be collected in the filtrate. So I will now take the filtrate and I will do step number 2. What is step number 2, children? It is called as dilution or it is called as hydrolysis. What is hydrolysis? I am simply adding more of water inside it. So which compound has aluminium inside it? That is sodium meta-aluminate. Am I clear? And then I am adding water inside it. Okay, water is nothing but H2O. I am adding water inside it. So when I am adding water inside it, I am lowering down the temperature to 50 to 60 degree Celsius. Am I clear? So when I lower down the temperature to 50 to 60 degrees Celsius, whatever I had used in step number 1, I have got it back. Okay. So I had used NaOH in step number 1. I got it back in step number 2. But this time it will form an insoluble precipitate. What is the name of the insoluble precipitate formed here? Aluminium hydroxide. Clear? So step number 1, I add NaOH. Step number 2, when I diluted it, when I added more water to it, I got back my NaOH which I had used, okay, which I can again reuse it. But this time, I will get an insoluble compound. Which is that insoluble compound, children? It is aluminium hydroxide. In step number 3, I will take this aluminium hydroxide and I will carry out ignition of it. What do I mean by ignition? I am simply heating it at 1100 degrees Celsius. So this time I am getting alumina and I am getting plus water. Am I clear? This is not called as aluminium oxide. This is called as alumina. Okay, so I hope the 3 steps are clear to you. In step number 1, I have taken bauxite. Bauxite is Al2O3.2H2O and I am adding concentrated NaOH to it. At what temperature am I carrying out the reaction, children? You have to clearly mention the temperature. It is at 150 to 200 degrees Celsius. I'll get salt, that is sodium aluminate, plus I'll get water. Let us balance the equation now. Start with the metal. Aluminium is 1 here. Sodium is 1 here. Sodium is 1 here. Aluminium is 2 here. So I put a 2 here. Clear? So the equation becomes 2NaAlO2. Let's continue. There are 3 molecules of oxygen. So I will put here 3. Am I clear? So Al2O3.2H2O plus 2NaOH will give me 2NaAlO2 plus 3H2O. Step number 2, I have taken sodium aluminate and I have diluted the mixture. Let us balance this equation. Sodium is 1, aluminium is 1, aluminium is 1 here. Okay. So now I am moving on to hydrogen. Hydrogen is 3 here. Here it is 2. So I will add 2 here. So it becomes NaAlO2 plus 2H2O will give me NaOH plus AlOH thrice. Balancing, I have taken aluminium hydroxide. I am just igniting it. Here there is 2 aluminium, so I am putting 2 here. It becomes Al2O3. Water is 3 here, 2 here, 3 into 2 becomes 6. So plus 3H2O. So by this way, I have converted my bauxite ore into alumina. This is one of the most important questions. Either Bayer's process or hall-heroult process, one of them will be asked in the exam. Clear? Next question. Differentiate between the following pairs of compounds. So whenever there's a differentiation question, you have to remember this, children. Your both the answer, this is usually a 1 marker question. So if this is asked, both your difference should be correct. Only then will you get that 1 mark. Otherwise, you will lose this 1 mark even if one part of it is correct. In the ICSE board exam, there is no half mark system that you can score here. Okay. So let us now go into the question. Formation from an atom. What are cations? We know cations are positively charged, anions are negatively charged. So when is a cation formed, children? When does it get a positive charge? When there is a loss of electron. When is an anion formed? When there is a gain of electron. So please remember this, cations are formed. When do they get a plus sign? When you donate electrons, when they lose electron. When does it get a negative sign? When it gains electron, when it accepts electron. Next question. Name the following element. A trivalent metal. The moment you hear the word trivalent, you can be sure it is Al plus 3. This is the most common trivalent metal. Either you write Al plus 3 or you write there as aluminium. Okay, so these are the only 2 things that are possible. A monovalent non-metal. It should be, what is the meaning of the word monovalent? It should have -1 and it should be a non-metal which is present in fluorspar. What is fluorspar, children? Fluorspar is nothing but CaF2, that is calcium fluoride. This is a metal, so no chance of it being the answer. So which is the answer? Which is the non-metal here? F, and it has, F is nothing but fluorine. F is nothing but fluorine, or we call it as F-1. Clear? So the answer here is fluorine. Please do not make the mistake of writing the answer as CaF2. It is, you cannot leave it for the teacher to decide which amongst this is the monovalent non-metal. You have to mention the answer specifically as fluorine. Only then will you get marks. Next question. Copper, tin and zinc are alloys of bronze. Okay, so this is the metals that are used to alloy bronze. Next question. The compound that is not a constituent of hall-heroult process. We know for hall-heroult process we use alumina, that is Al2O3. We use fluorspar, that is CaF2. We also use cryolite. This is cryolite, we use it. This is fluorspar, we use it. And we use alumina. So which amongst this is not a part of the electrolytic mixture? The answer is sodium meta-aluminate, or you call it as sodium aluminate. Next one. Complete the following sentence by choosing the correct answer. The process of heating. So you're heating the ore in a limited supply or in the absence of air. So whenever you heat it in the absence of air, we call it as calcination. So what is the correct answer here, children? The correct answer is calcination. Calcination is the method where you heat the ore in a limited amount of air or in the absence of air. Clear? Name the main metal used in duralumin, which is the main metal. Okay? So the word itself is giving you the answer. Duralumin, which is the main metal that is used in duralumin. It is aluminium. And which is the main metal that is used in stainless steel? It is iron. Am I clear? So please pay attention here. You are not supposed to put a comma and write all the metal. For example, stainless steel. Do not leave it for teachers' discrimination to select the main metal here. Okay? You have to specifically mention iron, because this will be taken as multiple answers and you will be given it as wrong. Or if you are writing all the metals, please mention, you write here this, that iron is the main metal. Clear? But what is more required is Just write here duralumin, the main metal is aluminium. For stainless steel, the main metal is iron. Am I clear? So I hope children, the sample papers and the previous year question papers are mostly clear to you. Please do stay tuned to our channel. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel to others so that all can get the benefit out of this channel. Please do subscribe without fail. Please keep learning, keep revising, and very soon we'll be coming up with our next video. Thank you.